Hi students, hope you're all safe in your homes. A very good morning to you all. We are going to discuss about molecular orbital theory in this video module. Let us start our revision from today at least. So the molecular orbital theory comes under chemical bonding in the second volume book, page number 97. It's a very important concept. We need to answer so many questions under this concept. So let us learn about the postulates or salient features of molecular orbital theory. Initially, what is molecular orbital theory? You know what are molecules? Molecules are formed from atoms. That is, when atoms combine, they combine to form molecules. We already know that electrons are present in atomic orbitals in atoms. So we have a question: when atoms combine and they form molecules, those atoms which contain electron, where these electron will be placed in molecules. If there were individual atoms, the electrons are placed in atomic orbitals. When they combine to form molecules, where will the electrons be present? And while explaining the formation of chemical bond by applying Lewis concept did not explain the paramagnetic nature of certain molecules. What is paramagnetic nature? Attracted by magnetic field. Certain molecules are attracted by magnetic field. Oxygen is attracted by magnetic field. It is a paramagnetic molecule. But as per Lewis concept, oxygen is diamagnetic. And this is also explained by molecular orbital theory. I told 2 points about molecular orbital theory. First point, where will the electron be present in a molecule? Second point, magnetic behavior of molecules can be explained by molecular orbital theory. This theory is developed by F. Hunt and Robert S. Mulliken. The salient features of this theory are: the first point, atoms combine to form molecules. We know this. When two or more atoms combine, molecules are formed. The atoms contain atomic orbitals. When the atoms combine to form molecule, at the same time, the atomic orbitals also combine to form molecular orbitals. So now you can understand that electrons in molecules are placed in molecular orbitals. Electrons in atoms are placed in atomic orbitals. What will be the shape of molecular orbital? The shape of molecular orbital, we know atomic orbital, s orbitals are spherical in shape, p orbitals are dumbbell shaped, d orbitals are clover leaf shaped, f orbital doesn't have a proper shape. The electrons are distributed in the form of a cloud. So we all know this. Now, what will be the shape of molecular orbital? We have a question. So that depends upon the shape of atomic orbital which is undergoing combination. Okay, how many molecular orbitals will be formed? See, how many atomic orbitals are going to combine? The same number of molecular orbitals will be formed. When the number of atomic orbitals combined is 2, then 2 molecular orbital is formed. But among the 2 molecular orbital, one orbital will have lower energy, the other will have higher energy. The reason for this will be explained shortly. You just need to remember, out of the 2 molecular orbitals formed, one will have lower energy, the other will have higher energy. So remember these points. Okay, we'll again recapitulate. The lower energy molecular orbital, I told you, when 2 atomic orbital combine, 2 molecular orbital will be formed. One will have lower energy. That lower energy molecular orbital is called bonding molecular orbital. It is designated by sigma, pi, delta. Higher energy molecular orbitals are called anti-bonding molecular orbitals, designated by the letter sigma star, pi star, del star. In molecules, the electrons are accommodated in molecular orbitals. And we already know that the electronic configuration in atoms are written, or the electronic configuration is explained, or it obeys three important principles: Aufbau's principle, Hund's rule, Pauli's exclusion principle. These three principles will also be obeyed while filling up of electrons in molecular orbital. And this molecular orbital theory helps us to calculate the number of covalent bonds formed between atoms. When two oxygen atoms combine, there will be two bonds that are existing between. There is a double bond exists between two oxygen atoms. How is this calculated? It is calculated by bond order. It is equal to Nb minus Na by 2. What is Nb? It is the total number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital. Na, total number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbital. If the bond order is 0, then such a molecule does not exist. That is an interesting term. Okay, you may get an objective from this. See, we have a question. How two orbitals among the two atomic molecular orbitals form? One is having higher energy, one is having lower energy. And we also studied about Schrodinger's wave equation, which tells us about the duality of electron, dual nature of electron. That means electrons are once treated as only particles. Later, de Broglie proved that every particle in the universe can act as a wave, and its wavelength depends upon the mass of the particle. And he also derived an expression for wavelength, which is lambda is equal to h by mv. Lambda is wavelength of the material particle which can act as a wave, h is Planck's constant, and m is mass of the particle, and v is velocity, which can also be applied for electrons. And electrons also produces diffraction pattern, which is proved by Davison and Germer experiment and G.P. Thomson experiment. And we can understand that electron has dual nature. And based on these ideas, Schrodinger gave an expression, introduced a term called psi. Psi is called a wave function. Psi does not have any physical meaning. It just tells about the probability of existence of electrons around the nucleus. And for lower atomic number element like hydrogen, psi alone explains the probability. For a higher atomic number elements, psi alone cannot express the probability. So psi square is taken by Schrodinger, which expresses the probability of existence of electron. And he named the psi square as orbital. Okay, so that means electrons will be present in orbitals. So what will be the wave function for molecular orbital? All these I told about atomic orbital. What will be the wave functions for molecular orbital? That is explained, that can be explained by solving Schrodinger's wave equation, which is very complex to solve for a molecule. So in a simplified term, they said that the atomic orbitals combine in a linear manner to form molecular orbital, that is termed as linear combination of atomic orbitals. When two atomic orbitals, okay, of same amplitude, that means towards same direction, positive direction. Look at this. This is a wave pattern, and this is along the positive side. This can be taken along the negative side. When two wave amplitudes along the positive side, positive direction, they interfere, they combine. It is called constructive interaction or constructive interference. When a positive side wave factor and the negative side wave function is going to combine, then it is termed as destructive interaction or destructive interference. It is said that when the interaction is constructive among the atomic orbital, then it is the bonding molecular orbital is formed. The bonding molecular orbital of lower energy is formed. The molecular orbital of lower energy is formed. When a destructive interaction take place, then anti-bonding molecular orbital of higher energy is formed. These two are orbitals of different atoms. They are going to combine. When they combine, when the positive waves are combining, constructive interaction. Negatives, one positive and non-negative wave is combining, then it is destructive interaction. So that is explained in the textbook. Just see, one is orbital, two positive waves are combining, and you get constructive interference bonding molecular orbital. When one positive and one negative wave function is combining, then you get anti-bonding molecular orbital. So what is a node? Here this point is termed as a node. Here also. Here you don't have a node. And here this point is termed as a node where there is zero probability of existence of electrons. Hope you have understood the postulates of molecular orbital theory. Once again, I am going to recapitulate the salient features. What are the salient features? When two atomic orbitals combine, two molecular orbitals are formed. Atomic orbitals combine to form molecular orbital. Shape of molecular orbitals depend on shape of atomic orbital. The number of atomic orbitals combined is equal to number of molecular orbital formed, but among the number of molecular orbital there will be equal number of bonding molecular orbital which is of lower energy and anti-bonding molecular orbital which is of higher energy. And then the bonding molecular orbital are termed as sigma, pi, delta. Antibonding molecular orbital are termed as sigma star, pi star, del star. In molecules, the electrons are accommodated in molecular orbital. The filling up of electrons in molecular orbital also follows Aubers principle, Hund's rule, and Pauli's exclusion principle. The number of covalent bonds formed between atoms in a molecule is determined by the term bond order, which is equal to half the difference between the number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital and number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital. Hope you have understood the concept. We are going to apply the molecular orbital theory for the formation of certain molecules in the next video module. Thank you, children. Have a good day.